Yay! It's showtime. I love the way StreamYard says that. So, welcome everybody. I am Simone Millis's. Apparently, my name is not up there, but that's okay. I'm Simone Millis's. And welcome to a little quickie live that we wanted to do. So, we came up with the name of this of 3 common mistakes people make in business. Now, can I just, preface this with I actually don't think that anybody makes any mistakes. I think as we choose, actually, I know as we choose, it's like you gain awareness. I have been in business for a really, really long time. I think when I was 16 is when, people used to say to me, "What do you want to do when you leave school?" And I said, "I don't know. I want to travel the world and I'd like to own my own business." They were the 2 things that I just knew. And I also knew that I wanted to travel the world, change the world, and own my own business, have a business. For me, it was very malleable. Now, I'm in my 50s now, and that's a long, long time ago. And I have, I've chosen so many things and I've been really successful and I've made a lot of money and I've also, failed, as this reality would say. It's like I've had businesses that I've had to shut down, I've had to sell, all these sort of things. I've lost money, all of it. None of it is right or wrong. The one thing I will say is everything I've chosen, I have gained awareness. I have gained so much awareness. And I know it sounds so cliche and when you hear it, but as I've grown older, as I've chosen, as I've been involved in many, many different businesses, I've gained so much awareness that I've become more of me. And it's a lot quicker to sort of have that energy of, okay, let's choose this or not choose this, etc. So one of the things, let's talk about, I picked out like 3 common mistakes that I would see that people make in business. Number one is making it significant. Can I just say, please don't make everything significant, okay? Like, business is not created to be significant. It's judged as significant. This reality tells you, that that you have to get it right or you're not allowed to be wrong. You've got to have certain degrees. It's like you've got to have a serious look on your face. Like, why, when you're in business? So please don't make it significant. Now, there's a tool I'd love to give you which I have been using so much lately. And it's the mantra of access consciousness. All of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. So, right now, okay, if you're listening to this now or in the future, what I want you to do is put your attention, when I say attention, put your energy, right? Put your attention, your energy onto a project, a business. It might be an idea. You might be one of those people who, goes for a walk or has a shower and you're like, boom, boom, boom. You have these generative ideas. Do not dismiss them. Okay. Do not dismiss them. What I want you to do is pick at least one. You could pick many if you choose. Pick at least one. Now put your attention on it, put your energy on it, however you want to say this. Let's run the mantra a few times. Okay. So all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. You know what? I'm putting my attention on my whole Europe tour. I'm away in Europe for 3 months, and I'm in the third place. I went to Vienna, I went to Prague, and now I'm in Poland, in Sopot, Poland. So I have a Europe tour coming up. There's going to be a link below if you want to have a look at it. And what I'm doing is putting my attention on that and saying, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. And you make it yours. And I'm going to tell you, and this is a little sidebar story that occurred today. I was driving from Prague to Poland with my friend and colleague, amazing woman, Sarah Watt. And we stopped somewhere last night. We're driving today and, the petrol is getting a little bit low. And I told this story about how when I drove around Europe when I was 19 with my friend Nikki, there was so many times that we wouldn't fill up with petrol and we would we actually ran out of petrol a couple of times, or we'd almost run out of petrol. And we would get so close and we would go into this like panic because we had no petrol. And can I say, in those years, there was no phone, you didn't have a GPS, like nothing like that. So we were like in these small streets and in, you know, the back countryside of France, etc. Today, there was 2 places marked on our GPS that said that there was going to be a petrol station, gas station, whatever you call it. And when we got there, they had these lines marked out and it was like no longer there. We got down to the stage, we had 10 kilometers worth of petrol. And when we got to the one that said it was not marked there, and we went, right. So we pulled over, we stopped, we looked at our map, and there was one 12 kilometers away. And we're like, we got this. There's no car. Have you ever seen a car when it gets to 0, it just stops and conks out? No, that doesn't happen. It's not going to happen to us. So we literally slid into this petrol station, this gas station, and on the speedometer or whatever it is on the front of the car, it said we had 0 petrol. But we made it. We did it. All of life. And I was literally going, all of life comes to us with ease and joy and glory. All of life comes to us with ease and joy and glory. Now, I use all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. But I also use all of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory if I'm referring to me and my body, me and my business, or in this case, me and Sarah and the car. It's like all of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. Okay. So please don't make your business significant. It's a really common mistake. So how many of you are making your business significant and you're not having this like this joy and this lightness and this ease in your business? Like if you look at you now and it's like, if you're, you know, whatever you're making so relevant today, look at it in 5 years' time. Is it relevant? In 10 years' time, is it relevant? So if you stopped making everything significant, what would you be aware of? Like what energy would you be aware of and would you receive? And as you expand your awareness, you're not making something significant, because when you're making something significant, you sort of tend to do this inversion. And when you do the inversion, it's like everything gets smaller and smaller and smaller, okay? But when you are not making anything significant and you're willing to be in question and open up to that, all of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. Like, where is my energy required today? And then you'll hear these like whispers. They're like, oh, over there, that, this. And you'll literally start receiving more and receiving more infinite possibilities. This can be done in any business, okay? Just because it's corporate, just because it's banking, or it's, you know, I don't know, the stock market, or you're selling houses, or you're an accountant. I don't care what business you're in. If you're making it significant, you tend to do this focused energy. And if you're making things really relevant, you'll do that as well and ask, truth, is this actually relevant? If I wasn't making my business significant today, what else would I choose? Okay. So the second piece I wanted to talk to you about is the energies that are required in business. Okay. So what energies are required? Now, there's 3 main ones that I would talk about, which is creator, connector, and mover. Let me just go through them a little bit quickly. Is the creator is that person who is just incredibly creative. You're probably being told you're a dreamer. You've had so many ideas. A lot of times people will project at you that you can't make your mind up because you just keep coming up with ideas after idea after idea after idea. And you might be working on 10 different projects at once. How many of you have been told that you have to settle down, you have to focus on one thing, etc., rather than work on 10 different projects, maybe 20 different projects, maybe 50, you know? Is that more your reality? So if so, you're probably more of a creator. Now, then you've got the connector, and the connector is the person who will talk to everybody, okay? Not the person who's good on social media, okay? That's a different sort of connection. That's a different sort of environment that you give out. Are you the sort of person who, you know, I don't know, you jump in an elevator or you sit next to someone on a plane and you're totally fine with saying hi and whatever shows up? Can you talk to anybody? You know, man, woman, child, you know, someone who's homeless, someone who's, you know, filthy rich. It's like, can you talk to, you know, businessman to, you know, chat to a little baby? It's like, can you talk to everybody? Okay. A connector will talk to anyone about anything. Now, a connector is really great to have for your business, especially if you have a service or a product and they think you're amazing. You get them to go out there and talk to everybody. Okay. Then you've got the mover energy. And the mover is the person who knows, what do we need to choose today? What action can we take today in order to move this business forward, this project, etc., to explode into the future? So the mover is the person who knows what we need to do today in order to have what it is we're asking for. Okay. So there's these three different energies: creator, connector, and mover. This is one of my favorite tools and one of the most common mistakes people make. And I tell you why. People love making themselves wrong. How many of you listening to this are making yourself wrong? I know that there's people who have heard this tool: creator, connector, and mover. These are the energies you require. Okay. A person could be creator connector, or they could be a mover connector, you know, etc. You can be all three. If you're all three, you are what we call a foundational person. And a foundational person is good at all three, but they're really good like management or CEO, or because you have that aerial view. Okay. So you have that bird's eye view, helicopter view, whatever you want to call it. And you have the ability to sort of look around and go, okay, this, like, what am I choosing? And it's like, where is my energy required today? We need to move today. We need to connect, you know, like, yeah, if you've got a class on, or if you've got a business that you're trying to move, a project, etc., it's like it goes through these phases and it has a heartbeat. And listen for that heartbeat, and that foundational person would know, oh, you know what, it's time to connect. We've got this beautiful product, we've got this beautiful thing, now it's time to connect this to the world. Okay. So creator, connector, mover. And so many people I know this tool and they ignore it. That's one of the common mistakes. You know why? Because people love making themselves wrong, as I said, and they like to be known as the source point. How many of you have decided you are the source point for your business? What does that mean? That means that everything has to go through you. You never give anyone the green light, and everything has to go through you. Does that sound like you control freaks? Okay. Can I just say, if you're willing to give up control and you're willing to find out what it's like to be useless, yeah, I said that, useless in your business, there will be so much more that's possible. Because if you invite these energies, these people, creator, connector, mover, into your business, you are no longer the source point. Everything does not have to go through you. Perhaps you become useless because you surround yourself by people who are better than you, okay? Better than you at sales, at accounting, at whatever it is, you know. Will you just sit down and watch Netflix and not do anything? Or will you actually create something different? How many of you are giving yourself the space to create something different, to create something more? So that's one of the common mistakes, is that people will not ask for, you know what, this requires a connector. Okay. One of the things that we look at in Access Consciousness, I've got all these classes occurring in Europe, as I mentioned. One of the classes that I do have coming up, which is on business, is a business done different class in Istanbul, Turkey. And I haven't been to Istanbul, Turkey in quite some time, so I'm super excited. You can join that class live or online. Okay. But that class, if you look at it, it has a certain heartbeat, and it's like, what is required now for that class? Okay, so right now it's like the connecting. Okay, let the whole entire world know that this class exists, so that they can choose it if they desire. You don't have to choose it. It's up to you. Okay, everything is up to you. Did you know that? You get to choose. Okay, don't trust me, trust you. What is actually going to work for you? What's going to create your life, your business, your money flows, financial reality, wealth creation, etc. What choice can you make today that would expand all of that? Okay. Take you out of judgment. I mean, judgment is so freaking boring. What if you stop judging what you're choosing and you started taking action and enjoying what you're choosing. Oh yeah, guess what? That comes to the all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory again too. So if you have even heard of this tool and you keep ignoring it so that you can blame yourself for why something is not working, it's like, please destroy and uncreate everything that is and start choosing to be in question of what your business requires, creator, connector, or mover. Okay. So I guess the last piece that I wanted to talk about was receiving. Okay. So how many of you avoid receiving? How many of you does this sound familiar? Oh, no. I've got it. I can do this myself. Oh, I may as well just do this myself because I'm going to do it quicker. I'm going to do it better. Nobody can do it like me. Okay. So receiving is when you literally open up to the entirety of the universe. Okay. And you receive everything the universe has to give you. And the universe is a generous reality. Okay, right now, again, that project or that business that you put your attention on, let's take a breath, give it some space, okay? Let's do some little magic here, a little brilliance. And on 3, you don't know how to do it, just grab the energy, okay? And all the barriers and the limitations that you're putting up for the ease of this project and this business, can we just destroy and uncreate it on 3? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Take a breath. Give the business and the project space on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And it's like the universe will give to you unlimitedly. Okay. It is a generous, generous reality. What if you allowed yourself to start receiving? What if you valued your awareness? What source of creation can you be with your questions and your choices that would allow you to receive more today? And everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 100, shorts, boys, provids, creation, spaces, and beyonds. And that is the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. If you haven't heard about it, you can go to theclearingstatement.com. So, and if you have, use it. Okay. So receiving is something so different. And how many of you have misidentified receiving as taking? What if it's not about taking? Like we have this place of what you'd call like a program of give and take. Okay. I give you this, and it's like, what am I going to get for it? It's transactional reality. And it's like, but how much do you just take when someone is giving you something? What if there was something different we could all function from, even in business, and we function from gifting and receiving? It's a really different reality and a very different reality to look at in business as well. So if you function from gifting and receiving, as you're gifting, you're also receiving, okay? As you're receiving, you're also gifting. And it has this like malleable energy that just keeps going around and around and around. Like if you look at somebody in your life that has a generosity of spirit is that place of, doesn't always have to be about money. It could just be about, a kindness, and empowering, like someone who's empowering to you, who's kind, has that generosity of spirit. Then there's this constant sort of flow that occurs. And a business is not solid. It's not rigid. It's a business is something that you can have that is continuously flowing and continuously malleable. So will you allow your business to be malleable and have this continuous flow? And everything that doesn't allow that to show up, we destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 100, shorts, boys, provids, creations, spaces, and beyonds. So I have this Business Done Different class coming up. It's over 3 days. It's in Istanbul, Turkey. You can join live or online. Actually, I'm just going to find the dates for you because I forget when it is. But it's not showing up on my, hang on a second. And also, there is Joy Business facilitators all over the world. Okay, there's some amazing Joy Business facilitators. So I invite you also to check them out. Okay, you can come to my class, Business Done Different. Mine starts on the 31st of May and the 1st and 2nd of June. So it's in Istanbul, Turkey. Like I said, you can join online or live. And I also happen to know that there's some other Joy Business facilitators who have a class on at the same time. David Kubis and Chris Hughes are two of them I know. So, and there is brilliant JCFs is what we call them, Joy Business facilitators all over the world. If you have an idea, if you have a business, projects that you would like to expand on, let's play. Let's play. I call it let's get down and dirty. Let's play. Let's be vulnerable. Let's choose something bigger and choose something greater. Because every single one of you that chooses to expand what you know, what if we went brilliance beyond intelligence? Oh, yeah, brilliance beyond intelligence. What's that? That's that magic. That's that brilliance that you be and the capacities that you all have. What if we could turn that all into a successful business where you made lots of money and we also created and invited more consciousness on the planet? If we were creating with consciousness today, what would you choose? Just saying. So I just want to say thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully I'll see you guys in Istanbul, Turkey. Maybe I'll see you somewhere else on my amazing Europe tour. Maybe you're in Sopot, Poland. I start that in a couple of days. So I also have a Putting the Fun Back in Business, which is a little bit of a taster in two nights. I have that on. So you can find everything on my website at SimoneMelisses.com. SimoneMelisses.com/Europe is the link for that too. So again, thank you. Translators, you guys rock. I am so grateful and so amazed every single time you translate. It's brilliant. So thank you. Thank you everyone for being here, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Or somewhere.